Yeah.
Watching her do the process.
I loved it. Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
So she chooses a sketch.
It was confirmation that I'm officially off my rocker. That's what it was.
Ah, okay. So I had to miss it because I'm hearing good things about it, Kim.
That cross-country flight.
What? Yeah, that's where I am. I'm in Minneapolis actually right now.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Yeah. Oh, you're at my airport.
Oh, I didn't realize that was your airport. Yeah, that's where I am.
Yeah, I'm in St. Paul. I'm about 15 minutes from you.
Oh, how about that?
Get in your car. Go.
Go. I have
go through security. That'll take hours.
Go through security, and I have. I was supposed to have 45 minutes here, and we got here early, so I'll have about an hour and a half. That's all.
Okay, now if you have a big,
but I come through here a lot.
Okay, you got to let me know.
Okay, I will.
You figure out a way to get together.
All right. Well, there are times that I can. I usually end up choosing the flights that give me a 45-minute layover, but there is an option that gives me like 3 hours.
If you want to take it, yeah.
If I want to take it, I would check with you before I took that one.
Okay.
I don't want to do
it's real close. I mean, literally, I'm 15 minutes from the airport. I mean, your plane will probably go over my house.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll wave.
Yeah, wave.
I'll wave.
I'm the house with all the snow around it.
The house with all the snow on it. Yeah, like no one else has snow here.
Right.
Just you.
All right. Well, I love listening to you guys just chit-chat and just sit here all day.
Okay.
Listen to you guys connecting and learning from each other. And I am so glad that Kim's class went so well earlier. April commented that it was a game changer for her. I posted that on Instagram, and I'm just so glad we can share new ideas throughout this 10th anniversary party. I did remember to hit record before I started talking this time. So that is awesome. All of my guest hosts have been doing so great with their recordings. We did have a small hiccup this morning with mobile devices and viewing some of the recordings, but that should be rectified now. On desktop, it's been working fine. But I am so glad to be here tonight for the Love of Photos crop. And this one is being sponsored by Persnickety Prints. They're giving away a $50 gift certificate. And you guys know I love Persnickety for all of my mail order needs. Sometimes I even order my Christmas card prints through them. And I'll be giving that giveaway in a few minutes here. But the purpose of tonight's crop is I wanted to focus on like photo-driven, like photo-centric layouts, primarily single large photos. And I thought about going a couple different directions for that and doing also like how do you fit lots of photos on a layout. But I feel like that's a whole nother conversation. But if you guys have great examples of lots of photos on one layout, I'd love to see those maybe towards the end of our conversation if you want to dig those out for us. But what I'm going to be sharing, you do?
Natalie.
Oh, Natalie does? Yeah.
No, Natalie had some awesome ones this morning.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But I doubt if she'll be.
Yeah, I don't know, because obviously she was up really early hosting our first sessions this morning. So I've got a couple examples to share of previously done layouts, and then I also have kind of 3 in different stages geared up to work on tonight, all different sizes, and I think that's going to be pretty fun. These layouts tend to be, some of them have lots of journaling and some of them don't, but it's really just enjoying the photos, celebrating them, and how even, you know, an imperfect photo can look so like grand and impressive when it's blown up larger than 4x6. So we'll be working on that tonight. Just to kind of do a little icebreaker tonight. We've got 32 of you so far. I looked earlier today, and there were more than 360 people who had come on at some point here in the day, and that's just so amazing. Yesterday, I think the number was 220. And I'm just so excited that so many of you are enjoying the 10th anniversary party. And I'm just so grateful we've made it to 10 years, and let's go for another 10 and see what we can create with this community. So to do a little icebreaker, I'd love to hear one thing that you enjoy about Simple Scrapper, whether that's inside of the membership or something that we do outside of the membership. I'd love to just hear some of your favorite things. You can unmute yourself and talk orally, or you can put it in the chat box.
I really like the book club, and my new favorite is the Zoom crops. Now
Yes. The Zoom stuff is awesome. I just love it so much. April says the discussions we have, definitely, we're always kind of digging beneath the surface and trying to help each other out, figure out the real reason behind our challenges, and figure out fun, innovative solutions.
I found a new advantage to being in Simple Scrapper last week. You guys have technology that we're just getting at work now, so I looked really smart. I'm like, oh, Zoom, yeah, here's how you do it, blah, 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 blah.
That's awesome.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Awesome.
My husband was impressed with Trello. He's like, do you pay for that? What is that? Because he wants something for his team at work. And then I used it when last year I planned I guess it was May. It seems like a long time ago. The Teacher Appreciation Week at my girls' elementary school. And so I met with some people to plan stuff, and I like whipped up my Trello with all my checklists. And so, yeah, we're impressing people with our technology.
That's awesome. We're so organized. So we've got a couple chat comments here. Barbara loves the sharing and celebrating successes with each other. Terry likes inspiration and community with every event that we do. Carol enjoys the community and the crops and the challenges. Betty Lou, because she's in the airport, she's on mute now. She enjoys the refresh retreat, book club, weekly challenges, and of course, making friends. And I think Zoom has just totally changed the game for us because we can see each other. And I know there's some of you that are lurking and maybe not talking as much, and I want you to feel comfortable and welcome here to just pop in anytime. Fran says she loves how perky I am, which I find I'm a total introvert and not very perky, so I'm glad that I'm coming across that way. She also likes the helpful videos. Kim Gray likes the sketches and loves our new format overall. And Sheena says she loves being able to crop with ladies all over the world. And just that the community and the challenges that help us find the best way to work on our projects. And that's really what we're all about here at Simple Scrapper, is just finding what works best for you, because I can share what works best for me, and maybe you can pick and choose from some of that, because it's not going to be totally what works best for you. You have to figure out the unique suite of styles and formats and different types of projects and photo taking strategies and storytelling strategies that make sense to you and feel simple and easy. Our brand of simple is what works for you. It's not necessarily minimalist, though sometimes it is. It's not necessarily clean, though sometimes it is. It's all about what works best for you. Lois says, knowing that other people have the same struggles and questions, and that everyone is so helpful. All right, Betty Lou's getting back on the plane, so thank you so much for checking in with us.
Bye, Betty Lou.
All right. Shelly raised her hand at some point. Shelly, you do have the power to unmute yourself if you wanted to say something. I don't know if she wanted to do that or not. So, and again, my cough is improving, yet I still have some cough here and there, and hopefully I can get away without any cough drops tonight. So we'll see. It is 2 hours, so we'll see how my voice holds out. I want to jump in, and we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway right away tonight. So here's how our giveaways are working. I am going to paste some instructions in the chat box. That's where you will participate in the giveaway. To enter, you're going to enter one number between 1 and 100, but not till I paste it, And I'm going to pick a number randomly, random.org right here. And the person who is the closest to the number without going over will be the winner tonight of the $50 gift certificate from Persnickety Prints. All right, there's your instructions. All right, I've got one that's really close. Let's see if any others come in here. Last call to participate in the giveaway. Enter a number between 1 and 100. Okay, let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's it. All right, so Sheena came closest. The number was 26, and she picked 25.
Ooh.
Congratulations. So if you could just email me, I will hook you up with Shari from Persnickety Print so we can get that credit in your account. Okay, cool. Thanks, you guys. All right, so let's, I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to get into a couple examples. Desktop 2. All right, so I've got 6 examples here of pages that I've done. And I know I have more. I must not have just photographed all of them, of layouts that are full page photo backgrounds. And that's going to be the theme here. And how do we build our pages on top of those giant photos? So can everyone nod if you're seeing this okay? It all looks good? I see nods. Thank you. Thank you, Fran. All right. So this one, I took advantage of white space in the lower left and the upper right. Got a little embellishment cluster with some ribbon and stickers and sequins. And then in the lower left, I have kind of basically a filler card, a Project Life filler card. And then there's a tag tucked behind that card that has journaling on it, and you can see the ribbon sticking out of the top. I also did a paint embellishment behind that card. This was actually a challenge I did in the Art Plus Science of Scrapbooking class with Stacy, and her challenge for me was to paint directly on a photo. And of course, me being the left brain person, that was really nerve-wracking. Now I would just jump in and do it, but back then I was a little bit more precise. But I like how that one turned out, and I love the way gold looks over a photo. If you've ever had a photo, and I've done this from Persnickety too, having a photo printed on the metallic paper, it is so beautiful. So that, for some reason, that gold just reminded me of doing that. So here's another one. This was a mostly full page, but then I actually mounted it on a piece of vellum. And it was only because I couldn't get my printer to print the size that I wanted. And you'll see that again today, how I handled that. I found a new trick for getting my printer to do those custom sizes. This is actually a 9x12 layout. So you can see I journaled like at the top of my daughter's head, and I also did a quote on the side as part of my embellishment. We've got some little gold letter stickers, got 2 little star sequins there, maybe a little tiny enamel dot. Lower left, we have a little heart embellishment, and then another little tiny enamel dot, and then a little journaling tag. So this one is just so fun. Oh, and of course we have got those transparent overlays in the bottom right. This was just a really fun page. There's a little tiny story there, but I love these photos that you take that there's a story there, but they have this giant white space, whether it's a white background, green grass. To me, I always look at those and I'm like, ooh, I need to print that and then write all over it. So, all right, this next one, this was one of my absolute favorites. This is a very time-consuming, intricate page. I did 4 punches within the photo with those stars, and then I backed them with different pattern paper. And then we got some brads there in the middle of each one, and I did the string across the whole page and hung the tags from it.
Wow.
Yeah, this one just, I still am impressed that I can do something like that when I see this page, because it's definitely took a lot of time, but I love how it came out. And this one, as those numbers say 8, 11, 3, and 7, that just represents different times of the day and what was going on in that year when Emily and I were home together, basically her first year. She was, I think, just about a year old in this photo. All right, the next one is a photo of Emily and Steve. And this was actually on National Scrapbook Day in 2013. They drove me around Central Illinois to go to local scrapbook stores. And that was actually the very first time, that day is the first time I met one of our members, Alyssa Williams, who lives in Peoria, and we've become good friends since then. And I just happened to run into her at one of those scrapbook stores. So I have a very, very lovely, supportive family who's happy to go along with all of my scrapbooking adventures. Unfortunately, all of those stores are closed now, but it's just the way things are. All right. This one, I love the silhouette photos. So it looks like maybe my husband has a really tall head or something. It's Emily sitting on his shoulders. We've got journaling behind that embellishment cluster in the pocket. And then this big paper strip along the side, the cross-hatched washi tapes. So this one was super fun. And that photo was just so striking. I think I've scrapped that photo maybe, I think it's in 2 different albums. So it's at this big size in one album, and then I also have it in a mini album, just because I love it so much. This one, another Emily and Steve photo. So we've got a lot going on here. We've got a little washi tape cluster on the left. We've got a stenciled painted overlay in the bottom right, and then kind of a column of journaling cards that I cut apart and then wrote on the one above. And you can see there's like kind of an outline journaling card, like a frame. I am almost certain what happened is that I wrote on that card, screwed up, cut it out, and then put another journaling card behind it. But I love how it turned out, and it looks intentional in the end. Yeah, so that's it with my examples. I love these pages. Some of them take a lot of time, as you saw with the Toddler Day one, and some of them come together super quickly. I think the ones I'm going to do today are going to come together pretty quickly here. Actually, I want to pop up over to look in my shelf for a second, because I think I might have a couple that haven't been photographed. Yes. Oh. Actually. Oh, I found quite a bit of things over here. It's amazing what you find. And I did go ahead and put my PJs on for tonight. I hope that's okay. I was tired of wearing real pants. All right, so we've got one layout here that I did during our recent refresh retreat. Some of you guys have seen this. This is Jennifer, 50 pounds heavier, in a bathing suit with her daughter. This was celebrating kind of body positivity, and I did a little acrylic title, chipboard piece, and then long journaling and a date stamp on the bottom on this one. So super simple, came together really, really fast. I have this one. I consider this a scrapbook page, but it's actually just a photo collage of food. Now, I believe you guys saw this morning, if you were in my morning session, my mini album of selfies and food. These are all post-2016 food, so these could possibly be featured in the next edition of that book. Yeah, lots of yumminess. It's making me hungry just looking at this. I believe this was from another refresh session as well, where we did a collage. And then I have these 2 photos that I had printed. I had these hanging up for a while. I just never got around to making layouts on them. But they're the perfect type of photos that I would choose for this. So we've got this white wall in our kitchen that I take tons of photos in front of. And so this was from Halloween a couple years ago. My daughter was actually sick that day. If you look closely, you can tell that she doesn't feel good. But we've got lots of space here to do something fun with that. And similar, here's one from her birthday. And this was just a regular 4x6 photo. She was in the middle, but I chose to crop it to create that white space for a layout on it. So I don't think I'm going to work on these tonight because I didn't bring anything out, but I did find these over in my waiting in the wings area. So, all right. So where do I want to start? I think we'll start with this. I have a couple pages here. Let's see, how's everyone doing? Okay. All right, definitely chime in. If you have any questions, just unmute yourself and pop in.
Jennifer, just a question. Will you be covering which photos get pixelated when you enlarge them?
I can talk about that.
On our phones? Yes.
So here's the photo that I'm going to use tonight. And this is a cell phone photo. I did edit it, and in editing it, it actually made it a little bit more pixelated. Mm-hmm. But I think the colors make it look better than the original. Mm-hmm. And so it's more an impression. It's not the most technically precise photo ever. But if you're taking a photo with a phone today, it should be large enough to enlarge to 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11 without too many problems. Now, it could still be very grainy depending on the amount of light that you had when you took the photo.
Okay.
So if you take a really low light photo, they could be really grainy because your camera is trying to compensate for that. And so it's called the ISO, and so it will bump it up to 800, sometimes even 1600 to be able to bring enough light into your camera, but then it ends up being a little bit pixelated and grainy is what they say. There are ways to correct that with software, but it ends up making it smooth and you lose some detail in the process. Okay. So there are some things you can do to fine tune and improve those photos. Sometimes I often embrace it though. I've mentioned before how I will often make those grainy photos black and white so they look more intentionally that way if I'm really not happy with it.
Good idea. Yeah.
I also just sometimes embrace that imperfection, particularly with blurry photos, because not every photo that you treasure is going to end up looking great. Right. Hopefully you do have plenty that look awesome, and it's often the more kind of mundane moments when you're casually outside taking a photo that are the best pictures technical-wise, but the ones that mean the most sometimes aren't because we can't control when the good things happen.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's very helpful.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so here's my little surprise for tonight is that I went out and I bought a new paper trimmer. I'm very excited. Thank you guys for the recommendation. They had one that was like a little bit narrower.
You did it!
I did. And I used my 40% off coupon, so it was $19. I'm very excited about that. Mm-hmm. And I got cash back with Ebates. So just to compare it to my old one, it's very small. And it is probably a third of the weight, which I'm very excited about. And it has this, whatever they're calling it, the sure cut system that's going to ensure that it's always going to be straight. Whereas this one has this yellow strip and the roller blade that always has to be replaced and never cut straight because it just always gets off track. So I'm excited to send this one to a better home and to experiment with this one tonight. Let's switch the camera. So yeah, thank you guys for the recommendations. I did also look at the Tonic guillotine, and guillotine cutters, even my little tiny one here, scare the heck out of me because I'm going to cut myself. But I wanted something that I could, because sometimes I end up cutting directly here on my lap, at an angle, and I didn't feel like a guillotine style would be good for that. So I also wanted instant gratification. All right, so here's the photo we're starting with. And I actually printed this on 8 by 10 paper, but I want it to be an 8.5 by 11 layout. So I'm going to mount it on a piece of pattern paper. And these are just little suns. This is from a trip to California. And I'm really excited about, we're going to really focus on the title work on this one. So I'm going to test this thing out for the first time and figure out if I can measure. So, all right, so 8.5 here. All right, let's see if this thing can cut. Ooh, very nice. That is a much cleaner cut than I've ever had before. All right. 8.5 by 11. I should have done this a long time ago. That's all we're gonna need for right this second. So we've got 8.5 by 11, and then we will mount the 8 by 10 on top of here. And I would say I do this a lot. I've done a lot of 9 by 12 layouts, but I will do it on 8.5 by 11 cardstock and then mount that on a 9 by 12 piece of pattern paper. All right. So there's a video on Facebook of my daughter on the way to this trip, and it says, I say, "Where are you going, Emily?" And so she's like 4 at the time, maybe 5, and she says, "California," and it's so cute. And then she says, "What are you going to do there?" And she says, "Auntie Sarah has a sea there and a dog." Mm-hmm. And so the title is going to be California, Auntie Sarah has a sea there. And so I've got 3 different sets of letter stickers, and I planned out in advance to make sure I'd have all the letters. I did tiny little check marks by each letter to make sure I was going to have enough without running out, because there's nothing worse than doing a title and realizing you don't have enough A's or E's for what you're trying to do. All right. Throw these on my ruler here. I can figure out how big it is. So I'm curious to know, have you ever made a layout with a full page photo background before? Is that something that's fun for you? Do you do it a lot, or do it when I, make you do it in a challenge? So I'd love to hear your experience.
Yeah, I like to do that. It's pretty easy with digital. I just make a document and throw a photo on that big and just start typing over the top of it.
Now, Bree, sometimes you like to do more blending, more of that artsy style. Is that true?
Yeah. I find that I'm getting more into it the longer I've been in digital, just because it's something you can't really do with paper. And most of my layouts tend to be more paper feeling, I think, but yeah, I'm trying to push the envelope a little bit, got to do something new.
Make it more fun to experiment and try different things.
Yeah. After 15, 20 years, you got to start making it.
Yeah.
Trying something new. And truth be told, the products out now are just so supportive of that. It's so much easier to do than it was even 4 or 5 years ago. I feel like you had to be way more technically adept to do it. And now. So
would you either there's mask sets now that are going to help you do that?
Yeah. And even classes too. There's classes to do it. And Anna Aspinaz and everybody over at O-Scraps just makes pre-done masks and, photo clipping sets and paints and, over the lily pad, there's a lot of people that already make a lot of that pre-done stuff, where before I feel like you had to just do most of it by yourself. And you
had to have the technical skill to know what to do.
And, learning the technical skills is great, but I feel like everybody sort of needs that instant gratification to get started and then maybe kind of backpedal and learn how to do it. But there's nothing more fun than making a painty layout and being ooh, that's cool. Now how can I do it?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I think when the digital art journaling supplies, I felt like I got my feet wet with art journaling using digital, because I feel like I couldn't screw it up. Mm-hmm. And then when I felt like I kind of knew what I was doing, I was like, oh, maybe I could do this with actual supplies.
No, maybe not me. Okay. Way too type A for that.
All right. So if you guys have never used the ruler trick, I love to put my letter stickers out on a ruler just so I know about how much space they're going to take up, and I can kind of put the first letter in the right spot. Oh well, that dot is going to be a little higher than I'd like. That's okay. I really feel like I need some sort of star embellishment there or something. little coffee sticker sheet thing I have here is falling apart.
Excuse me.
Let's see what I have in terms of. All right, we've got. That does not go. That little yellow. Oh, I could even make. Well, no. All right, I'm gonna hold those little yellow stars for possible later. I also have this pink heart and a little gold heart. I don't totally know what I'm gonna do with those yet. All right, now we got to figure out the Auntie Sarah has a C there part, and C is gonna be in these like. I would call them almost sandy letter stickers. They're glitter. They're kind of like they're very textured, and then with this like clear glitter on top of the seafoam green. All right, I'm gonna be. Tiny letter, you know, I feel like the amount that I talk is proportional to the size of the letter stickers. Smaller the letter stickers, the harder to do because I'm trying not to crumple them or drop them. I don't have enough A's. How is that?
Oh no.
How did that happen? I swear I counted the number of A's. Auntie Sarah. I don't have enough A's at all. So we're gonna have to mix and match here. I must be off my rocker. Or I can't spell.
Is there another letter you can cut out, like a P or?
No, that never really works.
Hmm.
I have lots of letter stickers, so that's okay. We're gonna mix and match here.
Or you could just say Auntie has a C there. Because you'll save 2 A's by not using Sarah.
Oh, it's really like you gotta do both because she's not really her aunt.
Oh.
So it's really just like, I don't think Emily knows her name is not Auntie Sarah. And Emily always spells it A-N-T-I. It's really funny. Okay. I thought I was doing so good here. Let's see. Okay, we've got.
Totally want to go find a big photo now to go type on. Like I'm gonna go doing it. Find it.
I'm thinking about using these little stickers for the has a and then there. So I think it'll all work out in the end. It's going to, regardless. So. We're gonna make this totally. So note to self, don't brag about your letter counting until you double count.
But you're meticulously putting those in place. So I have some tiny letter stickers that are from Lily Bee Design, and they're not even like a company anymore. Like I got them 5 years ago when I went to Archivers Scrap Fest.
Yep.
And like a big class kit thing. And I love those things, except they're, after 5 years, I had this huge set, but they're all like kind of getting to the point where they're picked over between like numbers and whatever. But they're tiny. So I can cut things with my silhouette that small, but it just seems really fussy. So sometimes I think it would be good to have I have a manual die cut machine as well. So dies that are like little. Does anybody have a suggestion for like small letter dies that you like? Sometimes I'll look at them online and they don't always have a lot of detailed information about the size. You know, they'll be like the whole alphabet on a 4x6 sheet, and then I'm trying to like do math, and I just want them to tell me like what the size is. That's all I want. So anyone has suggestions, I'd love to hear them.
I don't have any suggestions, but I do have some of those Lily Bee stickers. I also have some basic gray ones that were similar to those.
Oh, Dion says Tim Holtz has a smaller set. That's like, well, that's the thing, right? So you can still just buy more stickers, but at some point, that was my whole thing with like getting a digital die cut to begin with, is I do like the convenience of the stickers, but I get frustrated when I run out of things. So if I had a manual, I would just, cut whatever I needed.
Again, I don't know one that is specifically small, but I know Simon says they have a lot of alphabet dies. Do they have anything?
I don't know. I'll check them out.
Because I know that's where Kathy Zielski does like hers that match her stamps, and I just feel like they have a lot of tiny ones available. But
I'm check that out.
Worth
I
checking.
go in spurts where I get like all fired up about it, and I was thinking I'm gonna go find them, and then it kind of passes, and then I don't do it again. So
some days I just get, deciding exhaustion or whatever that's called, and I'm like, I just can't. I tried to buy black flats today, and it was like, I didn't buy anything.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, let us know what you end up finding, Kim, because I can see that being a really handy asset.
Oh, all right. I'm almost inclined to just stick with one type of letter and just use it on everything.
Well, that's pretty much what I did before I had the silhouette. I had my Cricut, and you had to have, back then you had to have cartridges. So I had like just a couple choices for cartridges, and I had my favorite Clanton school book, and that was the letters I used for like everything for a long time. So.
Until they stopped making them, right?
No, because it was a cartridge, so I could cut however many I wanted.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're saying just buy the same letter stickers?
Yes.
That's smart. Yeah.
But the cartridge works too.
Yeah, but it's more work for me. But.
Yeah. So Jennifer, your title is actually becoming your journaling too, right?
Well, yeah, I think I am going to have a journaling spot down here. But really, I mean, yeah, and I actually think the title turned out better than if I had used all the tan stickers.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that.
I was actually just going to say that. Like, I like it better that you use the dark blue. It brings up the top of the photo into the middle of the photo, color-wise.
Yeah, I think because those were supplemental words anyway. So, like, yeah, I'm really happy. I don't really love these hearts, though. They're not working for me. And I'm looking for, like, I just feel like this needs stars or something.
Like starfish.
I wish I had any. I don't think I have anything that's even remotely nautical.
I like the star better.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't really, I guess it kind of goes.
Yeah, I feel like the hearts are just a little too bright. Like you have kind of like a almost neutral feeling going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think these are both Allie Edwards chipboard pieces, and those tend
Good old Al.
to work out really well. Figure out here. Okay, so let's just assume that those are probably going to go there, but I want to finalize. I want to do like a journaling block down here that has a little bit of a heading. So I've got, oh, and I'm totally crooked here. I'm sorry, guys. We've got like wander, never grow up. There's a little tiny. The forever young doesn't quite go, I don't think. But I've also got some of these, and maybe we can find one. Just that little star strip might be good to do as like a header. It doesn't have to have words. We got Never Stop Exploring here. That one's cool. Freaking out over here would probably, like, that's actually not a bad one here, just because like this was the first time Emily ever saw the ocean. And that's the whole reason why she wanted to go. Do we think that goes? Is that blue too dark?
I think the blue works.
Okay.
Kim Hudson.
What was that?
Can Kim hear me?
Yeah.
How big of letters were you looking for?
Oh, Kim?
Yeah.
I'm not muted. Okay, so I just measured these. And it looks like the whatever extenders, the tall ones and the ones that hang down, there are like a half inch-ish. And then the like your S, it looks like that is right about like the 3/8 of an inch. So I mean they're little.
That's
but
little.
I use them a lot in my December dailies or whatever, December albums, because I don't do them every day. But so you can see like a lot of times what I end up with is my numbers get very picked over. Like I'll have like no ones, no twos, no zeros, because I will use these to like label my day. And somebody had said something about using stamps. A stamp alpha.
I have those Kathy Zilski stamps, alpha stamps here.
Yeah.
And if you measured something like the same letter, maybe we could see if they're close to what you want, so you'd know whether to buy them.
Okay, yeah. So like my N on this is 1, 2. My poor ruler. Maybe I need a new ruler for Christmas. It's 1, 2 is like 3/8 of an inch. It's smaller than a half inch.
Smaller than a half. Okay,
yeah.
These are just a tad over a half.
Okay, so it's a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And that wouldn't be bad either, but I have stamps that are numbers and letters, and I will use those sometimes. But sometimes, like, once I get everything on, I don't want to, like, it's always the risk, right? That especially if I'm putting it on a photo directly.
So you want the dies to
yes, because a lot of times I want contrast for.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So if I have a photo, and then I can put like a colored number or like a small subtitle or something. So
I don't have the die. I want to say she has dies, but I don't have them.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. I'm gonna write that one down too.
Awesome. You guys are so helpful. So here's what I've got. I put these 2 stars here. The little title says freaking out over here. I actually aligned it with the photo rather than straight across because I thought that would look better. I will probably end up doing my journaling still straight, or I might do it at an angle. I'm not quite sure yet. going to be using my American Crafts, like a precision pen, to do the journaling directly on the layout, and then I'll also do a date stamp there at the bottom. And just for you guys who were on last night's thing, I ended up going back afterwards and date stamping every single one of my pages. So
Good for you. Good job.
So I think this one is done for now. It was just super fun, and I love doing these fun titles. So we'll do some journaling here about, Emily's first time to see Auntie Sarah by the sea and all that. So it's just a really cute story.
That turned out cute.
Thank you, guys. All right, let's pull this aside here. Too much junk. All right, so the next one is this photo. So this is actually 8.5 by 11 canvas. Is it going to focus? Part of it is the photo is also blurry. And so I mentioned before that for some reason my printer, I love the printer, but the software that comes with the Canon Print Studio Pro, I have a hard time doing borderless images on custom sizes. So all the stock sizes, it does borderless beautifully, but when I want to do a custom size like 6 by 8, it always ends up putting a border on it. So I figured out that I would have to cut down a larger piece of photo paper anyway. So I could precisely do the dimensions. I actually did 6.2 by 8.2, and I figured I could just crop that 6 by 8 with my paper trimmer. And that's probably the easiest way for me to get a full page, rather than cropping the paper down and then trying to fuss with it to get that 6 by 8 image. So this seems like a really easy solution. I've done a lot of Googling to try to figure out why it does that. And it's just something about the defaults in terms of how it handles borderless settings. So, all right, let's see how this works with the. What is going on here? Somebody's snacking. All right, I love how this has a very precise line of the edge. That is so amazing. I've had so many trimmers where I'm basically kind of guessing, and this has a beautiful line there. Okay, so awesome. Thank you guys again for this recommendation. Okay. All right, so I'm just trimming along the edges first, and then we'll actually measure. So this one, we're going to measure 8 inches. Take a hair off the bottom. And then we'll measure 6 inches. Take a hair off the side. There we go. That worked out beautifully. So that is a great.
Can you share the name of that trimmer again? A couple people were asking.
Sure. This is the Fiskars Sure Cut Deluxe. So there was the Sure Cut, which was a little bit smaller, narrower, maybe like it went to 4 inches. And I liked that this one went all the way to 6 inches. It just seemed to be a little bit more sturdy. Yeah, and they're both super affordable, and Michael's had both of them in stock. So I think there's like is there like a backing here that should be peeling off, like on your phone? I think there is. I will do that at another time. Okay, so there we've got our beautiful photo. It is totally out of focus. What's in focus is the grass here. And so this is just really a backdrop for the story. And this is going to be about how Emily and I love to just go to the Arboretum or the park and just explore and goof off and just go with no real intention of, not really accomplish anything, just hanging out there. And I thought I would just pull out, this is Citrus Twist Project Life Kit, and I don't think I've opened any of this one. So I thought it kind of looks like it would maybe go a little bit So I thought I'd just pull some things out and see what we could do on this.
Those colors are perfect.
I'm thinking so. I'm thinking I definitely see some pops of yellow. We got some of the darker blues, which go with the purple, that violet color. We got some good purples here. So I think, yeah, I think this is going to be a good choice. It looks like we've got some.
Those pink words and stuff look like they match her clothes perfectly.
Especially the pinks.
Yeah, the pinks.
Oh my gosh, these pattern papers are so beautiful. Why have I not opened this before? Oh my gosh.
It's like Christmas.
It is totally Christmas. This has just been hiding on my shelf. These are beautiful paper.
Those
Is
are
this
so pretty.
Maggie
Gorgeous.
Holmes Willow, I think?
Beautiful.
So I almost I don't want to cut into these. These are lovely so much.
Note to everybody who's been following my shopping saga, I finally bought that kit digitally. Thank you very much.
Good for you.
I did. I haven't used it yet, but I did purchase it after the last time you guys were like, come on, girl, get it.
Now we have to see a layout that you use with it. The pressure's on.
Okay, I'm feeling, wow, these are so pretty. I don't want to cut into them.
Don't hoard. Don't hoard. It's beautiful.
I know. This one seemed to stand out really well, but I don't even know if I need any pattern paper on this. Where am I going to put it? Could do ooh, that's pretty. I think I'm just gonna do just some really thin strips, and I'm gonna use these top pieces as part of those layers. Because I love how this one has the yellows and greens in it. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut some skinny strips off of this. I'm going to do the texture, the decal edge here, just to, when I'm doing the layering, so it has some texture to it. I think that's cool. Wider, maybe. Oh, I don't want to cut it. Oh my gosh, okay, I cut it. Oh, these are so pretty. And I never have that. Oh my gosh, I don't want to cut into it, but it happens to all of us. Okay, so these actually have to go on the bottom because they have that hole there. We're gonna just be, this is gonna be like a let's stick stuff down kind of page.
That's okay. The papers will carry that, though. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it with something, they're already decorated.
Oh, yeah. All right. Gonna be enough. Oh. No, don't do that to me. Adhesive does not like photos. All right, there's going to be an embellishment. Remember that spot right there? There's going to be an embellishment there at some point.
I bought some of that adhesive today based on your recommendation.
Oh, awesome. It's so fun. I love it. Let me do this right here. And then we're going to see if we can trim this edge off here without things going totally crazy. I have overlain that edge, but that's okay. We know we're going to do an embellishment there. Maybe we can just, I'm not sure I want to commit.
So Sheena, so what you're saying is that all of us just went out and bought stuff because of the celebratory weekend. Like,
Yes, pretty much.
thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah.
I did too, so.
I have that same trimmer too. What I like is the numbers never wear off because it's printed underneath.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like the measurements and all the lines, I've had mine for probably 5 years and it's still not quite as shiny as yours, but the numbers are not faded at all.
Good. I love to hear that. I'm so glad. Okay.
I just find you have to replace your blades more often than you'd think. So when it starts cutting wonky, you got to change your blade.
Sure. Just as long as it always cuts straight, even if it's cutting, you know, fuzzy, I'm happy to change the blade. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've found that going up is not as much of a problem as coming down from the top when the blade is beginning to dull.
Correct.
That's exactly
correct.
Right.
All right, so we have got a whole truckload of papers here layered on the edge. I have not done that in a while. That is super fun.
It looks awesome.
Okay, I'm probably going to want to maybe cut some of these out for journaling, but let's see what's in the die cut extravaganza here. So, and actually, I'm going to be a good steward of my supplies, and I'm going to put these away when I'm done. My embellishment book has gotten so large, it no longer shuts, but that's okay. I just kind of leave it open. When I'm done with these, I'm going to go ahead and put those away in this. For those who haven't seen this before, I do have a blog post on it. This is an embroidery floss holder thing from, I got it at Hobby Lobby. It was the Yarnology brand. I know others have found similar things. Basically, it's really tiny Ziploc baggies on rings, and it happens to have a cover, which doesn't really function more than support at this point. You could certainly just do this as Ziploc baggies on one ring if you wanted to, and it would still work quite well. But I love how it just makes it easy to flip through all my die cut pieces. All right, let's dig into this. We've got on an adventure. That goes really well here. I'm needing more of this, maybe. Let's go. These are all perfect. Look at that. Yellow flowers.
Wow, that flower match is really good.
Yeah, this is vibes, love story. Let me pull that tag out too for a date. There's a yellow one.
So fun.
This is a really like huge die cut set.
Gosh, I've got so
The very first session yesterday, I did a unboxing of my Felicity Jane kits, and then last night, almost every page I created was with the November kit. And one thing that I noticed is that, I mean, I love the die cut pieces there, but compared to this, there's not the same quantity. So in the Citrus Twist, there are many more die cuts in each set. I need to think of a title here. We've got some letters here, this, and the. That's kind of fancy for filler words. And then we've got these. They're kind of teal letter stickers. You could do all the feels. I don't know if it really is the best title. This is, yeah, this die cut set is gigantic. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
On speaker view, I'm not seeing Jennifer right now.
Oh, can you see me now?
Yes, thank you.
I was being quiet. Sorry. I should learn to keep talking. I was just kind of playing the things to figure out.
Jennifer, if you had a looking ahead, it'd be cute. The way she has her arm and just, it's very cute.
Let's see. We've got, today was awesome here. We have lots of little letter stickers here too, word stickers. The best kind of adventure. I like that.
Cute. Oh my
So I'm trying to decide if I want to do my journaling on this little card or if I want to do it directly on the photo with like a silver or gold, maybe a gold pen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. Okay. Let's see.
Citrus Twist has these puffy gold letters and designs in their Christmas. Look at that. Look at that love and
ooh, that's pretty. I was so tempted by that kit and the crepe
I got
paper.
way too much Christmas. Yeah, but those are really pretty. They'd be pretty on there.
Oh yeah, I do have lots of gold stuff too. Let's pull out.
Oh, what you're doing?
Pull out by meaning it's right in front of me. So we've got this set of gold letters. We could just do let's go with this the small teal and go with the gold since that's bigger.
That'd be cute.
And then maybe do the journaling. All right, I'm gonna punch these without taking things off. I'll try to at least. Okay, now that one we got. These are not cooperative here.
Bless you. Bless you.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go ahead and put that there. And we'll go from there. I don't know how many I have. Go is a favorite thing in a title just because it's 2 letters. I probably overuse it, but I like it.
That's cute. I like that.
Oh, there's no apostrophe. There's not even any punctuation on this one. Oh my gosh. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Okay, we're going to change the title here. It's now going to be called Just Go, because that is a better thing of, don't just say like, oh, should we go to the park or whatever. Let's just go. So we need to always just go.
So there we've got that. Okay, now I definitely feel like we need like some sort of embellishment cluster here, and then maybe we'll do the journaling on that side. Okay, so we've got the best kind of adventure. All right, we're gonna stick things down here tonight. We're just gonna jump in, stick things down, and call it awesome. This one's already stuck. I feel like I need another. This says amazeballs. Very cute. Okay. And then we're going to pull that heart is too sideways. There. Okay. So we have got a whole lot of embellishments going on this side. I'm going to do journaling and gold pen on this side. Maybe we need to do a tiny little detail, something up here maybe. So maybe like, maybe not that one. Actually, let's take my little extra pattern papers. Okay, so I'm going to do this one over the edge. And then I've got some pattern papers here. Okay, and yeah, I like that. Let's trim that off that edge. If I can find the paper trimmer underneath the piles of things. And that's not going to work with that trimmer, so we will use the other one. Of course, I'm already abusing the paper trimmer by cutting over adhesive, but that's okay. That was not happy. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that is much better. All right, got a little embellishment thing up there. Definitely feeling like it needs like a heart there too. Maybe a little tiny pink dot. Where did that set go? All right, where are my pink dots? I've got not pink dots. We've got purple dots, pink dots. There we go. Okay. pink dot right there. Mm-hmm. All right. I think this is really fun. I like this a lot. Definitely. So I want you to observe that we built out from the edges. We just kept adding layers that were kind of adjacent to each other, tucked around each other. And you can do that without kind of knowing where you're going. And there's, at a certain point, you just feel like, okay, I'm done. I feel like there's balance here. I know where my journaling's going. And so I want to like help give you that permission to build out and just add one piece at a time until you feel like it's done without having a plan in advance. Because I know sometimes I'm like, I need to know where everything's going before I stick anything down, but there's no way I could have created that, this page in doing that. I just found my supplies and built it until it was done. So thank you guys for watching this. I'm super happy with this one. Yeah, well, that was so fun. All right, now we've got Giant Mess. So let's pick up briefly so that we can go on to the next one. Oh my gosh. So, okay, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about what you've been working on this weekend while I try to pick some of this stuff up, because I don't have enough room to work at this point. Who wants to share?
I've been working on prepping my December daily. I'm taking the product play from Allie Edwards. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, the product play that she does. She did the first one last year. Anyway, it's a little class where she, gives you something to work with. This year it's trees, tags, and I can't remember what the third thing is going to be. But so I've been working on doing that.
Super fun. Have you found it really helpful? Like lots of good ideas and.
Yes, because Allie's so amazing anyway. She's so simple, and how she can take a simple tree and what you can do with it. It's you're like, why didn't I think of this? This is not difficult. This is interesting. And
yeah.
And I didn't buy her main kit, and of course, it's a lot of what she's doing is using her main kit. But I have plenty in my stash that I can improvise and substitute. And but I just finished the first page, and it's super cute. I like it.
Awesome. I know. I'm so glad that you feel like your stash, you have that confidence to use your stash to adapt it. And it sounds like purchasing this class was the perfect choice for you this year.
Yes. It was only $20 for the class. So I felt
awesome.
that was a good investment.
All right. I'll put those aside. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm working on more project life, as always. I'm working on week 19. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But just finished. I use just Jamie's templates, and I love them because they're basically they're basically done, but then you change them how you want them, and which I love to do. But I just sort of finished. I'll share this one here. And then I got to go to, I'm working on the companion page that goes with it. So.
Oh, awesome. I love that orchid color. It's really pretty.
Yeah, well, and I like that she does like a kit for the month. So like you get like 4 or 5 pages that kind of look like they go together-ish,
Mm-hmm.
And I found that most of her stuff throughout the year generally kind of matches. Like she almost does that like American Crafts thing where it's like you can kind of pull the same types of orchid and teal and stuff in throughout your pages. So I mean, for me, it's a good investment. And honestly, I don't think I would have the energy to do like interesting project life every week without a little help.
Well, I think whether you're digital or paper, we all like help.
Right? Yeah. I like it. So, and this way I can go back and catch up, and it's like, oh, well, okay. Well, I know I have 15 spots for this week. Like, so it helps.
I'm back to printing pictures for my Washington, D.C. album. I'm halfway through.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love this idea of finding where consistency is an asset. So in your project life example is such a perfect example where it can really help you keep up with something because you know that you can just keep turning to this type of supplier, this collection, or this designer, or this shop to keep you going, whether you're doing a Project Life type album or something else. And I would say that's one of the reasons why I end up subscribing to kit clubs, because I feel like here's the supplies. I know they're going to go together. I can sit down, create a bunch of stuff, and then I don't have to do any work and thinking about what's going to go together.
Jennifer, there was a question about your embellishment binder. And I know that you've shared that in the membership before, but if you would, for members of the public maybe that haven't seen it, they want to know what brand it is.
Okay, it is the Yarnology brand, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. I do not know for sure if they still have it, but I know people have bought something similar recently at both Hobby Lobby and Michael's. So it was designed to hold embroidery floss. So you're looking for some sort of embroidery floss solution. All right.
I asked if I would share this page, so I'm going to try and put it up here and see if you guys can see it. Let's see. It's kind of hard because it's acetate. Can you see that?
So cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think I'll put a page behind it so then the dots show up better.
Here, let me see if I
I want to take this
can.
class, and I have no more time for classes, girl.
I know, Mike, is that showing up, guys? I can't tell. But
It is. It's gorgeous.
okay, good.
Yeah, it's
It
awesome.
looks
Yay.
good.
Really pretty.
So you said you hadn't bought her main kit. So did you have the trees and things in the add-on kit, or did they have a special kit just for this class?
No, I actually cut all of these trees myself, except for this one came from an old kit I had from a long time ago. But I cut some of these with my Cricut. I hand cut some of them. This came off of this was actually a packaging tag that I saved and cut and added.
Yeah. I love that.
Thank you. She's using her main kit, and I did not buy the main kit. I bought like one of the mini kits because I had so much left over from last year. So, but she's all about just use what you have. And then I got, this is a Felicity Jane acetate. I bought their pack, like it was clearanced over the summer. So I'm using that for this too.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sheena.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that mental transition to Christmas. My husband's like, I'm ready to decorate now. I'm ready to I wish we had a fig tree because I would put it up. And my husband's like, no, we can't even talk about Christmas till after Thanksgiving. So I'll work on him. He's not quite on board with this whole after Halloween it's Christmas thing yet. So.
It's really hard, but when you're doing like December Daily, you get started. Something I forgot to share and add is it actually is a pocket, so you'll be able to put like a tag back in here behind the trees or a picture and pull out. That's also one of the things she teach you to do.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so I have this photo. I printed this with persnickety. I don't know if there's a date on here. I'm glad there's not because it was a long time ago. And I had this idea that I wanted to do like strips of pattern paper going to the center. So pieces that you end up cutting as pie shapes, but then we're gonna have to round them off to go around here. And I picked out some pattern paper just kind of randomly. We've got some A and B sides here, really fun colors, but I'm still feeling so intimidated to make this happen because I feel like I am going to have to cut it by hand. I mean, yeah, I probably could use a ruler and X-Acto knife, but it'd probably be easier to just do a ruler and then cut it by hand because I can't put papers on an angle really in the paper trimmer. Yeah, so any suggestions or to be like, no, give it up, like, let's do something different.
What are you trying to accomplish?
So, okay, so think of this as the middle of the paper. We're gonna do pie shape wedges that go out, and then, but they're gonna end at the circle. So it'll be like a piece of paper that's like that, and another piece of paper that's like that.
I would just do a nice little thicker chipboard title in that circle shape, and I would maybe do some stamping or doodling or something and like call it good. Like, I don't know if I'd have the heart to do that pattern paper, but it's beautiful.
This is a great example of when digital can be a really beautiful asset here. I can make a really awesome digital page and accomplish those pie shapes a lot easier.
Yeah, I have a template that actually does exactly what you're talking about, and I don't think I could ever do it by hand.
Well, there actually is a simple scrapper template for this page that I was going to make and never made.
Oh.
I showed it to Melanie. I was like, okay, here's a photo. Here's what I imagine. I just never made the layout. Go make a template. So I could redo the whole thing and just do it digitally.
The only thing I was thinking is if you had a piece of paper that was the same size as the photo and you glued your pattern paper onto it and then cut it as just the circle out as one and then relate it onto the picture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
But that
also sounds hard, though.
I was like, it just isn't what I would do. You asked for suggestions.
Somebody suggested making like a template out of just like they said like light paper, like copy paper or something.
Or even just a plain cardstock. I could sacrifice a 12 by 12 cardstock.
And then use that as your guide basically to cut your pattern paper with.
You know, that's okay. We could do that. I think that is probably the only way. Okay.
Could you use
So this is what we'd have to do. Yeah, we'd have to like estimate where the center is and then draw the lines and then use that to trace the pattern paper.
Using a compass?
My daughter has not yet reached that stage, so I don't know that we have one anywhere in the house.
Oh.
I'm not even sure where my large ruler is here. Where did it go?
I have the perfect piece of vellum paper that would work with that. Sorry.
You do?
Yes.
It's kind of far away.
Yep.
Instead of using the cardstock, Tiffany said to see if you had paper that you can see through.
Yeah, that's vellum would do that.
But it won't be big enough.
Okay.
You don't have
a larger size.
12 by 12 is what
I don't
size?
have anything 12 by. Well, actually, that's not true. Okay, never mind, guys. We've got this giant pad of grid paper.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can see through that.
Nope.
I don't know if we can or not. Yeah, you can see through that better. So, okay. All
Tissue
right.
paper, wrapping paper, tissue paper.
Okay. We got that. So this is going to be a page that's more along the lines of that toddler day page that requires, substantial effort to make happen. And I can't find there's my pencil. Okay. That's what I need. Okay. This is not, it's just shy, but that's okay. We will make it work.
Do you tape, like cut off the excess and tape it so it extends for the full size? I mean, at some point it's fussy, but I think we've established this is fussy.
It is fussy. This is totally fussy. But that's okay.
Fussy's fun.
Yeah, no, we're having fun, aren't we?
Yes.
Sometimes I'm not sure, but sometimes. Yeah, no, I think it'll be okay. We'll just extend those lines. Let's see if we can figure out exactly.
Do you have a light box?
I do not. That'd be really handy in this case.
Mm-hmm.
About 7.5. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna be okay. 7.5 divided by 2, please. Can anybody help with that? 3.75, is that right?
Yep, that sounds right.
Okay.
Okay, this may be like all ghetto. Is there any way that you can hold that over like a lampshade and just trace it?
Oh, that is so, oh my God, I have these giant lights here. Thank you guys. Okay.
That's totally stuff that I've done.
I have a giant light here, so I can do this.
At least like sketch with a pencil, and then like you can do your measurements if you want, but like.
Yes, okay.
Just don't start it on fire.
The lights are covered with like these white things, so.
Okay.
Okay, that's much better. We have a circle here now. You probably can't see it really well, but we have a better idea of, still the center is right about there. And, yeah. And now we're going to draw some lines. This is going to be crazy, but that's okay. All right, we got to actually get this lined up. We're lining up the lower corner. Okay, so this is one piece. Let's keep that lined up here. This two. I mean, I could be a lot more fussy here. I could do really small pieces, but I don't think I'm going to. Oh, okay. I am not doing that right. Okay, that one was right. This one was not. I need to do this from the center. I am not listening to myself. Okay. Yeah, my lines are screwy here. Okay, that's the real line. That is not a line. Going from the center. That is a real line. Okay, so this is number 3. That's number 4. At this point, the photo doesn't matter. And this is number 5. All right. So I've got 5 template pieces to cut out and trace. We're going to do this. This is going to be crazy. All right. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least we tried, right? It's all about, hopefully we're not screwing up my photo too much here. All right. So we got to cut these. That's number 1. This is another example where I could have used the template with a silhouette machine and had it die cut an overlay to go over the photo, and then pack each of those little sun pieces with pattern paper instead of doing it this way. I feel like I'm going to have to do another page that's similar to try to do that and see. I mean, this is probably fundamentally easier than using the silhouette unless it's a tool that you use all the time. And then if that's your jam, you're going to just dive in, and that's how you're going to do your page. But since mine hasn't been plugged in since 2014, it's not my jam at the moment.
I don't blame you. That looks just really complicated. It's awesome, but this seems very hard. I think we need somebody who's like really into it to like do a tutorial or something.
Okay, so let's lay these out just to make it feel like so we know what we're doing. And the key, I think on for 4 and 5, I'm going to have to extend. It's not as like striking as I thought it would be. But then again, that's white and we're going to have different patterns. And so maybe it doesn't matter because then we could do washi tape in between just to continue the craziness here. All right. So I'm going to do pink for this one. I have to say I don't have a lot of pattern papers that have strange shapes cut out of them. Okay. What did I do wrong here? Why is it not letting it go? What the heck is happening? Where does it go? Why is 3 not in the right spot now? Okay, right here. All right. Okay. And then we'll do I'm going to do one with this floral. Kind of wishing I had done digital at this point. But then again, the other side of this is this photo has been printed out for so many years now. It's time to do something with it, even if it's not perfect. Yeah, that's why is that not curving enough? Oh my gosh, this is not working. Okay. Let's do. We're going to do this giant pattern here for piece number 2. Let's see, we're at 9:35. Okay, two more to go. Okay, so piece number 4 needs to be just a hair longer. This is very okay. Okay, let's cross your fingers. That worked out pretty well. Not too bad. And then piece number 5, and then we've got some pattern papers here. Yay. Okay. This reminds me more of quilting than scrapbooking, and I'm remembering why I stopped quilting, because it was hard. It required a lot of measuring, and I'm not very precise. I don't like to measure things. That's why I do more cooking than baking, is because I don't like to measure. Okay, that is not too shabby. Okay, so I know I can't get the whole thing in here, but we've got pattern papers all cut out. Could be slightly better, but it is not bad at all. Definitely what I was going for. Yeah, at this point, I think we just gotta hear them down. I do think adding washi tape, some places where I feel like it needs a little bit more balance would be fun. Okay, that's all right. Okie dokie. All right, we have got pattern papers in a row. Let's play with some washi tape. Let's see what might go here. I'm gonna think about a title. Where's the journaling gonna go? I think the original template had like a journaling card right here. I might pull out. lime green might go. Ooh, all right. No, I suppose. I wonder if this is the same. Okay, so this is Dear Lizzie. I don't remember what collection this is called, but I just noticed this card here. It matches this pattern paper. So somehow I have a Project Life kit that matches these pattern papers. No, that never happens. I think we'll use that striped one there. Okay. I guess that goes back to the whole, all the American craft stuff kind of matches. All right. So having the journaling card also there kind of covers up some of the sins of that particular piece. Oh gosh, what a doily. I don't think I have any anywhere.
So Jennifer, somebody
Yeah.
asked about if you would consider writing your journaling on like the ramp. And I know that you just talked about using that journaling card to kind of cover up an area there, but do you want to talk about maybe why you would choose to write on the background in some layouts and maybe in others not, like you'd rather use the journaling card?
In this particular page, because the space has the circle, it's a little not uniform. I would struggle to write the journaling because I would always end up with words that are too long or too short. So I prefer to have a more rectangular shape for my journaling. So if I add this, then that creates a nice rectangular shape for me. And I might still use some of this white space here to do with the title. Don't know yet. But that's a good question, though. I certainly do that a lot, and you can see on both of those other pages we did tonight, the journaling is going to be directly on the background. So I don't know, you guys have this problem that so many of my washi tapes are now just, I can't peel them apart anymore. They're all stuck together. Looks like they're extra gummy or something. And they just peel in like strips and not tapes. Okay, I give up on this one. That's not going to work. Let's try a different one.
Do you know, I find that different brands do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a little narrow one here. Okay, I'm going to be... All right, ooh. Washi tape, definitely a good choice here. I like this a lot. All right, so I've got that same one. It's like a black and white stripe. I might use all black and white here to kind of bring in the black from the ramp and just dive into my black and white tapes. We've got this black and pink stars. This one's not too gummy. Oh, okay. Don't die on me. All right. Ooh, this is, yeah. The tape, I could have done the whole thing in washi tape for that matter. That probably would have been easier.
Let's cut this in half.
I really like that
wondering
because like the space that you're giving it is giving it context. Otherwise, if you would have just done all paper and washi tape and blocked it up, I think it would have not, you really wouldn't know what you were looking at.
Can you say that in another way?
Can I see it in another way? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't understand what you mean.
Like if you would have blocked it all off with washi tape and paper and you wouldn't have shown any of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have had any, it just would have been like you cut a circle photo. It wouldn't have
good point, yeah.
depth of field like that you were doing, like looking through the tunnel at her. And I think it looks really cool.
Awesome, thank you. Does that go? All right, what else we got? Like teal. Here we go. Hopefully this one is it. Ah, that one is lovely. Yeah. Do I need any more or am I done? Here, I'll do a little pink one over here. Could keep going with this forever, I think. Oh, well, that one did not turn. Tripping me up here. Okay, there we go. It's not as bright as I would like. I don't know about that. Never mind. Okay, scratch that one. There's got to be a pink hearts, maybe. That one. All right, maybe we're not doing anything, or maybe we'll. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do, you guys can't really see that one. Let's do the pink hearts maybe here. Stands out a little bit more. All right. I like where this is going. This is fun. This turned out better than I thought it would. I could see doing maybe like little journaling things like along the lines as like another line maybe. Maybe do my journaling almost like in a circle as lines around there. Yeah, that's totally what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write on this in that tan space. So now I just need maybe like a title, and maybe I won't use the journaling card then. I think the journaling card is going to take away from the circle thing and all the effort we put into the circle. So what color thickers are you guys thinking? White? Okay, so we got
maybe teal, maybe black.
Teal, maybe I'll look for that. Okay, we've got these black and white, like chalkboard ones.
Those are cute.
Let's see. We've got cork.
Kind of feel like you need black because you already have black in the washi and you have black in the floral on the bottom. So if you're going to put a title up top, I feel like it would draw the black up. But if you're not going to, I think you'd need a lighter title if you're going to go down on the bottom.
I think the title is going to be in here. So I agree it needs to be lighter. I don't think even the cork is going to show up very much. With pink. I don't get any white.
The pink is pretty. Somebody wants to know, do you know who made the chalkboard sticker? Like the letter stickers that look like chalkboards?
Yeah, just a second. I will, these are American Crafts. They're called Sketchbook. I don't know. They're not that old, but they're not that new either. But they are American Crafts stickers. That's called Sketchbook. I think this white puffy is like the only white that I have. Okay. I am very not happy with my sticker sections. We've got a couple gray. Okay, now we can't even see our page here, but okay. Now here's the layout. Come back. There we go. Pink, I think, is a decent option.
Mm-hmm.
This gray. No.
The gray gets lost.
I love that pink. Love
the pink looks good. Yeah.
Cream. I don't like that. No, I don't like that at all.
No.
Got these white capital letters. They're really boring. I'm not a super fan.
So in the chat box, there's some, you've got some opinions. So
Okay.
Shelly said you could do the white and add either black stripes or dots yourself. So if you want to like liven them up, just like use a marker.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Betty Lou said, would you consider smaller letter stickers, typewriter ones, she thinks, as opposed to the thickers?
I would consider that. Let's look at this mint green. I don't think that goes. We could do the pink for one word, and then maybe I could find some smaller white ones. So I've got these Allie Edwards smaller ones that are white. So we could do that with a pink word in there. All right, what's the title here? I do not remember. This is so long ago. I'm not feeling totally connected to this story.
What is this story?
So we're just playing at the park. Just by our house. She was kind of growing in independence and actually being able to do stuff. I remember like being able to actually climb on things, and I was like, wow, she can do this. She doesn't need me to climb on this. She can do it herself.
So chat room, Francis Discoveries. That might be long, at least for the pink.
Park fun.
Park fun. I did one with my daughters when they got stools and they could reach up to like wash their hands, and I called it Little Miss Independent. But that's
cute. That's also long.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's too long too.
We could just do Little Miss.
Yeah. And then
we
in
could,
your journaling, you could talk about her independence.
yeah.
Take it in.
What was that?
Take it in, like she's taking it all in.
Oh, take it in.
And then you're also taking it all in.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like I need an accent word though if I'm going to use two stickers. So one of the words needs to be like more important, I guess. We could do Little Miss Independent if we did really tiny stickers next to it. Like three typefaces again. Like you could probably do that with this one. This is kind of like almost a cartoon. We could probably do little and independent, maybe if I have enough letters, with that, and then do miss with the pink. That'd be cute, maybe. Let's see if we can do that. All right. Also, sometimes just use my fingers as the ruler. Okay. Excuse me. I am ready for this cough to be gone. It is so annoying. Very cute. Okay, I like this. This is gonna be really nice. I feel like I need like a, I don't know, like another chipboard accent or something. I feel I can spell. Okay. I'm going to give this particular sticker sheet, and of course it's basic gray, kudos for having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 E's. How many letter sticker sheets do you have that have 13 E's?
I don't own any that have 13 E's.
So, basic gray, we miss you.
We miss you, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that font. I wasn't sure what it looked like on the sheet, but now that I see it, it's adorable.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's very like Flintstones almost.
Yeah. Very childlike.
Yeah.
Playful, I guess.
Okay, now I've got all of my fingers. I think we have all the letters. Okay. Woo! Oh my gosh, look at that.
You did it.
Very cute. I like that a lot. I still want to, I feel like it needs something here maybe. I don't know. Definitely going to do the journaling on the side.
Arrow?
What'd you say?
Chipboard arrow to her?
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
maybe a long, thin, like a thinner one?
Yeah. Okay. We need to find an arrow going the right direction. Here we go. It's not quite the right color, but it's not bad. Look on the bright side. I don't know. Like, it kind of goes like, because we're looking through the thing.
So for that one, if you like the color, but you liked the shape and size of it, since it's chipboard, you could potentially just trace it on like a pattern paper that you like. That would be easy to trim out. And it wouldn't be chipboard, but you could have the right color and shape and size.
Yeah. The blue's not that bad. It doesn't clash. I have other arrows somewhere. Let's explore. So when I was cleaning up my office to take the photos for our Workspace Wednesday post, all the extra supplies I found that weren't put away are now in one drawer. It's kind of like my candy drawer. So we have these little arrows here. I don't like that either. But in contrast, I did just put away all of my Citrus Twist kit and put everything where it belongs. I did find a red doily, not for this page, but that one's going to get used soon. Okay. Seriously, of all the stuff, I don't have another arrow. Okay. Let's try. There's gotta be something.
Puffy border stickers from your Felicity Jane kit.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really want to cut them because they have edges and they're a little too long because they're gonna go over her. So, but that was a good thought though. And if I still had that curly Q one, I might need to buy another set of them. I got a cork arrow. I don't like that.
The cork could kind of work because it brings in the browny color from the non-stripes or the other stripes.
That, covers her diaper a little bit there. That's not bad. It doesn't really stand out a lot, but
no. Maybe if you pop dot it.
Oh yeah, I could do that. That would give it a little.
Ink the edges a little bit of the.
I'm never gonna do that.
Okay, I can try.
But no.
Kim just did it. She was like happy.
Every time I've ever done it, I hated it. I don't know. It's just like it's just not a style I really like. I can't explain it. So
it's okay. Knowing what you like is most of the battle.
We're all different. Okay. So the choices are that color just doesn't go. Oh, I guess that blue is that. I mean, that's close enough. Here, I don't know. I think I almost like this better because it's. Oh, I lost my T. All right. I think pop dotting it would be good. So let's do that. I think at some point here, I might actually have to buy new pop dots. I've had the same set for 8 million years.
Dion had a good idea of maybe outlining it in black, just with a black pen.
Oh, like more like a doodle type?
Yeah.
That could be cute.
I like that. Yeah, that could work.
It's not really inky, but at least it's kind of like a, compromise there. Like how Jennifer's like, yeah, no.
I'm just trying to be honest here. But no, I could, especially since I'm going to do kind of more like the doodle journaling border, like outlining it. I can see that.
I think that'd be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even doing a line on the inside. I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah, it kind of brings it all together, you know?
I like this. I don't, do you think it needs anything else? Like other embellishment?
I almost feel like you need to do the journaling first and then look and see.
Should the arrow be more over here? Yeah.
The only thing I could imagine doing is maybe like a couple enamel dots, like if you have them. Like I can't imagine doing much that's
I
not
have them.
graphic. Or not, I'm sorry, geometric.
I have some triangle ones.
You have that pattern paper with all the triangles.
Yeah.
Diamonds in it.
So, oh, they have teal too. Yay. Okay.
See, I feel like those would kind of make it work. Like that way, like you embellished, but you didn't do like, you didn't really stray from what you were going for.
Yeah. Do you have a placement in mind before I start putting these down? Like I'm thinking like maybe one up here and then one like here. I don't know.
Ones on
Can
the
you zoom out so we can see like the whole page? Because like it's hard to tell when you don't have the whole.
Well, no.
Because I feel like you have a lot of teal up top. Maybe.
Hold on. Okay, so let's.
No.
Oh, gosh, that is so cute.
It is stinking cute. That's cute.
A second here, guys. Where am I? Here, I will spotlight myself so that people talking will take away my screen so you can see it. It's a little blown out because of the lights. So I was thinking maybe like an enamel dot here, but then I'm trying to think of like visual triangle. I don't know. This is not a lot of triangles going on here. I feel like one over here would just kind of get lost.
I sort of feel like a tiny cluster rather than a spread out one, like maybe a tiny little triangle of enamel dots, like maybe like below the arrow or like right in there.
All right.
Like to the bottom right or bottom right of the arrow. What does anybody else think?
I was thinking definitely like around the title area, same thing. Bree, like
something in that area. I think unless you have enough to put all the way around the paper, like just the paper where the way it is kind of.
Okay, I got you here.
It keeps the focus in the center.
Yeah.
One.
Lots of title work.
I mean, this has really been a title work class too, as much as it has been photo focus. Okay, I'm gonna put these closer to you. I'm very fussy here. This is. Here, we'll go back to the. So I have one here, and where the third one goes is anyone's guess. Just not finding like the right spot. Maybe that's
maybe on the other side of the S by Miss.
Right here?
Yeah. Maybe up a little higher. Maybe somewhere in there. So then you have your triangle-ish. Yeah.
It's not bad.
I think the problem is the one that's on the teal, whatever the pipe is, it's lost.
Okay. I like that.
There you go.
That's better.
All right. We're going to call that good.
I like that. You had a little doodling. I think you're good.
Mm-hmm. All right. That was fun, and that came out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I was a little nervous there at the beginning, but it's okay, and things always turn out, and you can fix it when it doesn't work perfectly. And no, these are not cut perfectly, but it's okay. It's an impression overall, and I accomplished what I set out to with the page. And sometimes it's fun to just experiment. You know, the photos that I chose today, so this one, and this one, these weren't like the most precious stories ever. there's stories that I want to tell, but by not choosing the most precious ones, I felt like I had that permission to be imperfect, to possibly and totally completely screw up if it doesn't go well, to layer without a plan. And if I messed up, I messed up. It wasn't like I ruined the most important story. It's a story that's now told that wasn't before. And so that is something to celebrate. So I want you to carry that forward. If you ever feel intimidated by doing these types of pages, I often do them on the less important stories and help elevate them, and still have fun and be creative in the process. Wow, guys, it's been quite a night. Thank you so much for hanging in with me as we did the giant experimentation of paper. I am so glad to have all of your input. You know, cropping with friends makes a big difference. And if you're watching tonight and you are not yet a member, we have crops like this every single month, at least once a month, but usually much, much more than that. And we would definitely love to see you and hang out with you again, because we're always this fun, or sometimes even more fun. So, all right, you guys have a good night, and we will see some of you bright and early at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning with Penny for some December daily action. But if you can't quite make it at 3 a.m., we're going to do December daily again at 10 a.m. Central Time. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for coming to the 10th anniversary party, and let's keep going and finish off with so much style and fun tomorrow. All right, guys, bye-bye. I'm going to kick you guys out, but you can feel free to crop. You just have to come back into the room.